I've said this before, but I really do applaud members of the British monarchy, particularly His Majesty the King, King Charles, who did such a wonderful, great thing of representing all of us at the recent Remembrance Sunday. And of course, Catherine, the Princess of Wales. I know, as I mentioned before in a previous video, it takes a lot. You know, her little bit of her confidence is gone. And I know a lot of people have reached out and said to me, Neil, it's like that, you know, when you have that sort of illness, it does sort of take it away. And I've got friends who are going through it and have gone through it. I know exactly what you mean. It's kind of trying to build it back, isn't it? It doesn't matter who you are. You can be in the very best clothes, makeup artist, hairstyles. It's how you feel inside. So it comes as a surprise to find that this particular channel over here in the United Kingdom, Good Morning Britain, have not exactly come out to defend Catherine, the Princess of Wales. But as ever, why? Morning, good to see you. Thank you. Are you all right? Yeah, I know, I genuinely mean that. If you are going through a difficult period, I know it's difficult, but try and find the funny side. I know I've often said this here on the show, but I just try and find things to laugh at. Yes, even if you climb out of the bath and think, who's that fat person in the mirror? Turns out to be you. It's terrible, isn't it? You have to smile and think, wow, you know, how you just kind of like find something that can make you chuckle, even if it's something to yourself on the bus and you think, yeah, that was funny, you know. It just helps. The laughter gene is very important, whatever you're going through. I can tell that, of course, from Catherine and William. They seem to revel in each other's company and definitely make each other laugh. But it was this vile individual, Narinder Kaur, who decided to be very cruel, literally on the day of Catherine's return back to public life. You can see from there. Then she tried to back it up with a very meek apology, turning it full into racism and how people have treated her. Now, I've met Miss Kaur on a number of occasions when she came to my studio. A very difficult individual, but very, very insecure, let me tell you. She spoke to the producers at the corner of the studio, basically saying, oh, what do you want me to say? Oh, okay, do you want me to do that? Yeah. So she's just as pliable, you know. She's obviously very dim, and as she's admitted herself, desperate to be famous, to be talked about. She just wants attention. This particular channel, GB News at the time, were more than happy to book her because they were fledgling in the ratings and they needed people to watch. The same thing with Good Morning Britain. 4 days ago, they booked her on the show for £250 in a cab. And the bottom line was that she had to be against, you know, bag searchers for shoplifting. It's all clickbait, all there to get you, oh, terrible, that sort of stuff. This is her career. This is now what she does. Moving forward, though, after this debacle, she was headlined in the newspaper as GMB star. And this difficult thing was the fact that the channel didn't want that association, but they didn't come out and actually, you know, deride exactly what she said or indeed defend Catherine, the Princess of Wales. And here's where it gets even more interesting because, of course, while she was titled that, and they are correct, she's not a GMB star, she's merely a pundit that they pay around £250, £252 per day every time she turns up to be vile on screen. You get the picture. But moving forward, they're not going to cancel her. Oh, no, no, no. They need her clickbait, and she knows that. So they'll leave it to lie a little bit and probably bring her back into the new year, maybe sort of put her at peace for 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. But she will be back. But as for an apology from Good Morning Britain for a panellist that they use on a very regular basis, more recently from 4 days ago, you would have thought they could have shown a little bit of courtesy and kindness for a woman, every woman, in fact, who's going through cancer treatment, and indeed any man. Of course, this is the channel that says, be kind, and they've run campaigns about kindness to each other. And simply, why can't they put out an apology on behalf of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, saying they simply do not represent our feelings or thoughts, or indeed anything to do with that debacle and disgusting tweet. But either way, Good Morning Britain sliding in the ratings and looking for advertising revenue. They won't do anything to protect anybody but themselves. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.